credit card companies made $176 billion last year, while you paid an average of $1,380 in interest and fees. By the end of this video, you'll see exactly how they're keeping you broke.
And we're exposing every dirty trick. Don't click away or you'll stay poor forever.
Welcome to the biggest legal scam in America. Credit card companies made $176 billion in profit last year, while Americans are drowning in $1.13 trillion of debt. That's not a typo. Trillion with a T. And get this, they're actively betting on you failing. Their business model literally depends on you staying in debt. If everyone paid off their cards tomorrow, these banks would collapse harder than my New Year's resolutions. They don't want financially free customers. They want financial hostages.
Oh, wow, what a shocker! Big corporations prioritizing profits over people? I'm absolutely stunned. Slow clap. But here's what makes me rage. They literally design their systems to trap you. Minimum payment of $35 on a $2,000 balance? That's 1.75%. At that rate, it'll take you 30 years to pay it off and cost $6,000 in interest. 30 years for a balance you probably racked up in 30 days buying stuff you don't even remember. And they make it so easy. Just swipe, tap, or click. It's like they're handing you free candy and then charging you for diabetes treatment fees.
And let's talk about those rewards programs. Ooh, you got 2% cash back on groceries? Congratulations! You're paying 22% interest on the balance you're carrying, but hey, you got $40 back on $2,000 of spending. That's like someone stealing your car and giving you a $5 Starbucks gift card as compensation. Thanks for the latte, bro, but where's my car? The math is insulting. Credit card companies spent $2.4 billion on rewards last year, but collected $130 billion in interest. They're playing checkers with your money, while you're over here excited about airline miles to nowhere.
But wait, there's more. Let's discuss late fees, shall we? Miss your payment by 1 day, just one, and bam, $41 late fee. That's the new cap after it was lowered from the old average of $32, but companies are fighting it. And overdraft fees? Banks made $12.6 billion from those in 2019. You're broke, so we're charging you for being broke. It's like going to the hospital with a broken leg, and they break your arm as a processing fee. Sir, you couldn't afford the first injury, so here's another one. The audacity. And don't even get me started on interest rate increases. One late payment and they jack your rate from 18% to 29.99%, like you just committed a financial felony.
Here's the real conspiracy, though. They want you to miss payments. Why else would payment due dates be random? Card A is due on the 3rd, Card B on the 17th, Card C on the 23rd. They make it confusing on purpose. And those convenience payment methods? Oh, paying by phone? That'll be a $5 to $15 service fee. Paying online same day? Another $10 expedite fee. You're literally paying them to accept your money. It's like going to a restaurant and they charge you a fork rental fee. That'll be $7.99 for the privilege of eating this overpriced pasta. They've turned debt collection into a subscription service.
But you know what? Let's keep it real. Consumers aren't innocent victims here. We're out here swiping cards like we're in a contactless payment Olympics. Can I afford this $300 jacket? Swipes. Guess I'll find out on statement day. Americans have an average credit card balance of $6,380, but 49% of us admit we don't even read the terms and conditions. 49%! That's like signing a contract in blood without knowing if you're selling your soul or just your Netflix password. You wouldn't buy a house without reading the paperwork, but a 24.99% APR credit card? Yeah, whatever, I just want the free travel mug. We're complicit in our own fleecing.
Preach! We act shocked that we're in debt, but let's examine the evidence. You got a $500 credit limit and immediately treated it like a $500 gift. Newsflash, it's a loan, not a lottery winning. But I needed those concert tickets. Did you, though? Did you? Or did you just have FOMO and poor impulse control? The average American makes 47 impulse purchases per year, totaling $6,000. That's $500 a month on stuff you didn't plan to buy. Meanwhile, you're wondering why you can't afford a $1,000 emergency. You spent it on impulse. It's like eating an entire cake and being shocked that you're not losing weight. Physics, people!
Okay, but devil's advocate, the system is rigged against us. Wages haven't kept up with inflation. Rent is insane. Groceries cost more than my car payment. Sometimes that credit card is the difference between eating and not eating. The average worker hasn't seen a real wage increase since the 1970s when adjusted for inflation, but everything else costs 3 times more. So, yeah, maybe we're using credit cards irresponsibly, but when your choice is go into debt or be homeless, which would you pick? It's financial Sophie's choice. The system forces you to choose between bad and worse, and then blames you for choosing. Gaslighting at a national level.
Valid point. The system is absolutely predatory. But here's where personal responsibility meets corporate greed. You can acknowledge both. Yes, wages suck. Yes, corporations are greedy. And you still bought a $1,200 phone on credit when a $300 one would work. Both things can be true. It's not either or, it's and. Banks are evil masterminds exploiting a broken system, and consumers need better financial education. The median American has $5,300 in savings but owes $6,380 on credit cards. We're literally losing. And 37% of Americans would struggle to cover a $400 emergency. That's not a you problem, that's a us problem. But it starts with you making better choices.
So what's the solution? First, understand how they're screwing you. Credit card companies make money 4 ways: interest, late fees, annual fees, and merchant transaction fees. Every time you swipe, the merchant pays 1 to 3%, which gets passed to you through higher prices. You're literally paying them to let you pay for things. It's a racket. Second, if you're carrying a balance, you're paying for last month's groceries at 22% interest. That $50 grocery trip, it's now $61 because you couldn't pay it off. Your avocado toast literally costs 22% more when financed. That's the scam. They make yesterday's purchases cost tomorrow's money.
Here's your survival playbook. Step 1, stop using credit cards until you understand them. If you don't know your APR, your payment due date, and your current balance right now, put the card down. Step 2, pay more than the minimum. Even $20 extra makes a difference. $50 minimum payment versus $70 actual payment cuts your payoff time by years. Step 3, the debt avalanche method. Highest interest rate first. That 28% APR card? Murder it. Step 4, balance transfer to 0% APR if you qualify. But cut up the old card. Don't be the person who transfers $5,000, then immediately charges another $5,000. I see you.
And let's address the elephant, or should I say gorilla, in the room. If you can't pay off your balance in full every month, you can't afford what you're buying. I know that's harsh, but it's true. Credit cards aren't extra money, they're borrowed money with consequences. The only way to win the credit card game is to use them like debit cards. Only spend what you actually have, pay the statement in full, collect your 2% rewards, and never give them a penny in interest. That's how you beat them. Treat credit limits like they're poison limits. Just because you can charge $10,000 doesn't mean you should. Self-control is free, but debt costs 22% interest.
Want to know the dirtiest secret? Credit card companies literally have algorithms predicting who will fall into debt. They target college students with no credit history needed offers because statistically, young people make mistakes. They target low-income neighborhoods with predatory terms. They send pre-approved offers to people who just missed a payment on another card. It's predatory lending disguised as opportunity. The credit card industry sends out 4 billion pre-approved offers per year. That's 12 offers for every man, woman, and child in America. They're fishing with dynamite and calling it financial inclusion. And the craziest part? It's all legal. Regulated, but legal. The system is designed this way.
But here's the good news. You have more power than you think. They need you more than you need them. Cancel that card-threatening rate increases. Call and negotiate your APR. Seriously, just ask, and 70% of people get a rate reduction. Switch to a credit union that has lower rates and fewer fees. Use cash for a month and watch your spending drop by 30%. The psychological pain of handing over physical money makes you think twice. Credit cards remove that friction, making spending feel painless. But it's not painless when the bill arrives. Use apps like Mint or YNAB to track every dollar. Knowledge is power, and right now, they're counting on you being ignorant.
Bottom line? Credit card companies have weaponized human psychology against you. Convenience, rewards, buy now, pay later mentality. They've studied behavioral economics and gamified debt. But you can beat them by understanding the game. Only 35% of Americans pay their balance in full each month. Be in that 35%. If you've got $10,000 in credit card debt at 22% APR, you're paying $2,200 per year just in interest. That's a vacation. That's a used car. That's an emergency fund. They're stealing your future to pay for your past. Every month you stay in debt is a month they get richer while you get broker. The house always wins unless you refuse to play their game.
So here's your action plan. Check your credit card statements right now. Know your APR, fees, and balance. Make a debt payoff plan today. Cut up cards you don't need. Set up autopay for at least the minimum so you never miss a payment. But aim to pay in full every month. And for the love of all that is financially holy, stop applying for store credit cards to save 15%. You're not saving money, you're opening another trap. If this video opened your eyes, smash that like button, subscribe so we can keep exposing financial BS, and comment below with your biggest credit card horror story. Let's normalize talking about debt so we can get out of it. You've been scammed long enough. Time to fight back. Gorilla and Gamer Girl out. Peace.